Humingi pa ng konting panahon sa publiko ang Armed Forces of the Philippines sa pagtuluyan ng balansag ang mga teroristang Maute Group sa Marawi City. Kaugnay niyan, suportado naman ng Provincial Crisis Management Committee sa Lanao del Sur ang hakbang ng pamahalaan para pulbusin ang Maute Group. Mula Marawi City, by live report si Alan Francisco. Alan!
Aljo, muling binigyang diin ng Armed Forces of the Philippines AFP na hindi nila titigilan ang teroristang grupong Maute hanggang sa maubos at matigil na ang pag-atake nito rito sa Marawi City at muling maibalik sa normal at mapayapang sitwasyon ang mga residente nito. Narito ang aking report. Kaunting panahon pa ang inihingi ng AFP sa publiko, partikular sa mga taga-Marawi, upang tuluyang magapi ang Maute Group sa lugar. Ang bakbakan sa pagitan ng tropa ng militar at ng Maute ay pang-11 araw na ngayon na nagsimula noong 23 ng Mayo.
As of now, nandun pa rin tayo sa stage ng 85 to 90%. Pero naka-move forward na tayo doon sa area. Konting panahon na lang po ang hinihingi namin. Hinihingi kami ng support at prayers sa mga ating kababayan para mag-facilitate agad matapos po yung conduct ng clearing operations.
Muli ring nagparating ng paikidalamhati ang AFP sa pagkasawi ng 10 sundalo sa nangyaring friendly fire. Samantala, inilatag naman ng Provincial Crisis Management Committee rito sa Lanao del Sur ang latest data ng mga internally displaced persons o yung mga taong umalis ng kanilang mga bahay dahil sa bakbakan.
Total number now of our IDPs as of yesterday, June 1, 7 p.m. These are the numbers of the IDPs housed at different various evacuation centers. Is 11,632 families or 42,160 individuals. And also the total number of the in-house or the home-based IDPs, 32,623 families or 163,115 individuals.
Tuloy rin ayon kay Adjong ang ayudang iba pang LGU sa kanila gaya ng Maguindanao na nagpaabot ng mga relief goods at ilang medical staff. Gayon din ang ayuda mula sa Social Welfare Department. Muli ring nilinaw ni Adjong na hindi tuloy ang pasok sa Marawi City sa Lunes, June 5, alinsunod na rin sa una na ring utos ng Department of Education. Nanawagan din ang komite sa Department of Trade and Industry o DTI na mag-regulate ng presyo sa mga kalapit na lugar ng Lanao del Sur, lalo't may ilang abusadong negosyante aniya ang nananamantala ng sitwasyon kung saan mataas ang pinipresyo sa mga goods o produkto gaya ng bigas. Ng Provincial Crisis Management Committee ang aksyon ng pamahalaan na humingi ng tulong sa mga grupo sa Mindanao upang tuluyang pulbusin ang Maute Group. Samantala, kasabay ng kanilang paikiramay o ng pagpapaabot ng paikiramay ng nasabing komite rito sa Marawi City ay binigyang diin nila na walang puwang ang anumang uri ng terorismo dito sa Pilipinas. Sinabi nila ito kasunod ng insidente diyan sa Resorts World Manila. At yan muna ang latest para sa bayan kasama si Albert De Losario. Ako naman si Alan Francisco, Marawi City.
On CNN Philippines tonight, the death toll rises to 38 as more bodies are recovered in the aftermath of a shooting incident in Resorts World Manila. The government fails to meet its own deadline to restore order in strife-torn Marawi City. And chef and TV host Anthony Bourdain is in Manila for the World Street Food Congress. Good evening, I'm Mitzi Borromeo. We have this breaking news. Intelligence group site is saying the Islamic State or ISIS is claiming credit for the attack at Resorts World Manila through its AMAC news agency. CNN Philippines cannot independently verify the information. Authorities have earlier denied the attack is an act of terrorism. We begin with this ongoing investigation in the attack at Resorts World Manila early this morning. National Capital Region Police Office Chief Director Oscar Albayalde says the death toll in the aftermath of the shooting incident has risen to 38. These include the gunman whom police say may be deranged and the other victims who probably died of suffocation after the suspect supposedly burned the casino tables before killing himself.
We really have not identified him. We were not able to get any ID on his body. And the car that was previously verified is actually not his. So we have to go back to the CCTV inside the car park so we may be able to identify the car that he actually used.
Albayalde reiterates the incident is not related to terrorism.
We would like to assure the public that it's not in any way related to any terror attack. No, this is not a terror attack. This is done by a deranged person, probably with who is mentally ill. No, at hindi po ito dapat ika-alarma ng ating mga kababayan. No, there's nothing to be alarmed of. There's nothing to panic of. This is not in any way related to any terror attack here in Metro Manila.
As families mourn the death of their relatives in the Resorts World attack, Malacanang says President Duterte may visit them tomorrow. Cian Arcangel reports from Pasay City. Cian, what do we expect to happen now?
Mitzi, we just learned that President Rodrigo Duterte may visit the wake of the victims of the Resorts World attack at Rizal and Veronica Funeral Homes tomorrow. Some members of the presidential management staff went to Rizal Funeral Homes tonight to get the details of the victims from their relatives. They also asked the victims if they could hold the wake for their loved ones for a day at the two funeral parlors so the president could extend his condolences and visit them. Earlier, relatives and friends of the victims went to the funeral homes to get more information about their loved ones and identify their bodies. Distraught relatives of the victims were seen crying even before they entered the holding area of the funeral parlors. Some emerged from the building in tears after positively identifying their loved ones. At least 17 bodies have been brought to Veronica Memorial Chapel for processing. 18 more are at the Rizal Funeral Homes. Emmy Suva was among those who rushed to Veronica Memorial Chapel when her cousin, Rogie Suva Uy, was mentioned as among those who died in the attack. She says her cousin was covered in soot when she saw the body inside the morgue.
Mauling na siya kasi nawakan ko pa siya. Oh. Saka may dugo yung... may dugo dito. Nakangiwi yan. Malamig na nga lang talaga siya.
At the moment, there is no confirmation that the body of the gunman is at the Veronica Memorial Chapel. The information came from Pasay Congresswoman Emmy Calixto Rubiano, who says she got the information from the management of the funeral parlor as well as Resorts World. Mitzi?
Thank you, Cian Arcangel, there reporting to us from Pasay City. The attack at Resorts World Manila killed dozens, including the gunman. Authorities say the assailant set himself on fire inside a hotel room, then shot himself in the head. We now speak with one of the witnesses in the shooting incident. Ticos Lo, a Chinese-Malaysian national, was a guest at the hotel. Good evening, Ticos. Thank you for taking our call, and we know you're still very shaken and exhausted. Thank you for being with us tonight.
Hello, Bitsy. Hi.
Hi, Ticos. Would you tell us what you saw? We saw the photos you posted on Facebook. What exactly did you see and hear as the incident happened?
Well, basically, when the incident happened, I wasn't actually inside the casino. I just left about 45 minutes prior, and I've gone back to the hotel in Remington, which is right across the street. At about 12 to 12:30, there was an evacuation alert. So I went down to see that there was a lot of mayhem. People were being carried, bodies were being carried into the lobby. Most of the people were injured because I think quite a few of them tried to jump from the second floor.
And we're seeing these pictures that you took. You see people on stretchers. When did that happen? When did you take these pictures?
I took the photos as they were carried and stretched into the hotel.
Okay, and what happened? Did you hear any news about the gunman? Did you see any of the footage on, maybe the CCTV, or hear anything more from the authorities there?
The information that I'm getting direct was from my friends, some of them that were injured. Basically, I normally play at the poker room, and a lot of them tried to escape from that section.
What they could see was they could hear gun blasting away. They were trying to break the glasses behind to try to escape from the building, and there was a lot of smoke engulfing the area. A couple of my friends nearly passed out from the smoke, so they were forced to jump. One of them broke their leg and dislocated a shoulder.
Well, we're glad to hear that you're okay. So your friends are okay. They got injured, but they're okay now.
I'm not sure if everyone's okay because out of the body count, I'm not sure how many of them were my friends.
Oh, so you still don't have all the information on whether
No.
your friends are okay. And
No, yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Where are you now? Where are you staying now?
I'm still in Resorts World.
Okay.
I'm just waiting for news. I'll be flying home tomorrow, but I just want to make sure that none of the people that were victims in the shootout were my personal friends.
And Ticos, how is it, of course, everybody is so distraught over this. How is it now? What is the mood? Because you're still at Resorts World where it all happened.
At the moment, there is an air of calmness because the information that the gunman has killed himself, I think, has filtered through everyone that works here. So there's less of a panic kind of situation like last night. Because when I was at the lobby last night, there was a lot of very, very concerned people and people making a run for it as well, families, foreigners. So it's a lot better today and right now.
Yes, and we are showing the live video of how it looks right there in front of Resorts World Manila. Well, thank you very much, Ticos, for sharing your insights with us, and we wish you a safe trip back. And we're glad you're okay. Safe trip back to you.
Thank you, Mitzi.
Good night. The military needs more time to bring back normalcy in Marawi City. Our correspondent, George Cahiles, tells us about the situation on the ground.
This is Marawi City, 11 days after clashes began between government forces and Maute fighters. The once peaceful city is now the center of gunfire exchange and bombs that target terrorists. Buildings showing the ravages of war, some reduced to rubble. Authorities set a target to finish the crisis, but they admit facing challenges.
Based on the report that we're getting, I don't think we can meet the deadline today to completely, I'd like to qualify that, to completely free Marawi of every single armed element in every street.
These tanks are fresh from the war zone. Tires flat, some portions damaged. They say these piles of cartons and wood planks placed around the vehicle minimize the impact of enemy assault. Enemy fire can still be heard from afar. Troops say those are from Maute snipers strategically positioned in buildings at the city center.
Ubus na, kalaban sir. Ubus na. Malapit na maubos. Meron pa. Kunti lang. Dapat resistance. Hindi pa konti-konti. Malaking bagay yung airstrike. Kasi umaatras sila, lumalabas sila, saka namin tinitira.
As a deadline lapses, there's no definite answer when the hostilities would end. But the troops are determined to finish the fight to the end. From Marawi City, George Cahiles, CNN Philippines.
National Security Advisor Hermogenes Esperon confirms the presence in the country of the dreaded terrorist group ISIS. In an interview with a source, Esperon says the government continues to chase the group's local leader, Isnilon Hapilon.
So, it still begs the question, sir, is ISIS here?
Yes.
It is. ISIS is here.
By the Isnilon pledged allegiance to Daesh, to the ISIS, in 2016, December. And he is the emir here. They consider him the emir. Whether they are strong enough to sustain that is what we had been working on.
Here are some top stories from around the world. President Donald Trump announced Thursday the United States is withdrawing from the Paris Climate Accord. The move fulfills a campaign promise and defies those who pleaded with him not to leave the pact that 195 nations have signed onto. The president, however, left the door open for the future. Mr. Trump said the U.S., quote, will start to renegotiate for a better deal. President Trump's decision is widely criticized by world leaders. Australian Prime Minister Malcolm Turnbull says Mr. Trump's announcement is disappointing but not at all surprising. A statement from the Canadian Prime Minister's office says Justin Trudeau told Trump in a phone call he was disappointed with the decision. The Elysee Palace, meanwhile, says French President Emmanuel Macron informed Trump that the Paris Accord can't be renegotiated. Mr. Macron, in a televised address, said wherever we live, whoever we are, we all share the same responsibility: make our planet great again. Buildings in the U.S. lit up bright green Thursday night in support of the Paris Climate Accord. You're looking at One World Trade Center in New York City, one of 61 American cities whose mayors have vowed to stick with the agreement. New York Governor Andrew Cuomo also ordered the Kosciuszko Bridge lit up in green. The City Hall of Boston in Massachusetts has also joined the drive. A Catholic Mass is offered to victims of the Resorts World attack. We'll give you the latest on the shooting incident in Pasay City live. CNN Philippines Newsroom will be right back. Good evening to those of you watching us on Facebook Live. We are getting a lot of reaction, of course, on the incident at Resorts World Manila, and we will bring you more updates on that. JC Gotinga will be joining us live from the location to let us know what the situation is there now at Resorts World. Also, we'll be telling you about how this incident actually unfolded. We'll give you a timeline of what happened from early morning, from the moment it happened until what's happening now. Also, an update for travelers from airlines on what to expect given flights that have been affected because of the incident at Resorts World Manila. We'll also be giving you some business news. Now, we want to greet those of you who have been saying hello to us on Facebook Live. Dolores Rondan says hello, good evening. And Jaime Akan is watching from the USA. Also, Richard Sumingit is watching from Japan. We have a lot of viewers who are sharing their thoughts on what they think of the incident. Thank you for letting us know your thoughts. Please continue to do so and tell us where you're watching from. We always love to hear from you. And please do stay with us until the end of the show. You're back in the newsroom on CNN Philippines. Candles, prayers, and mass are offered for the victims of the dramatic attack by a lone gunman at the Resorts World Manila premises very early this morning. 38 died, including the assailant. Our JC Gotinga now joins us live from there. JC, it's been an exhausting, emotional day. What's the situation now?
Mitzi, it's quiet now here in Newport City. There's a somber hush that's come over the place. The tension of the day has obviously started to die down. Nevertheless, there are still many security personnel you will see around the place, especially in this small building behind me. This is where it took place. This place is cordoned off. I'm standing. This is about as close as we can get to the building for now. At the entrance of this building, the main driveway, the main drop-off, there is a little memorial that the company has set up. People have been streaming, mourners, well-wishers, people offering prayers, laying down flowers, lighting candles for the victims. As you have said, there was mass that was offered here earlier this evening. You can see some people, hotel guests walking around, not of Maxim's hotel. This hotel has been evacuated, but there are other hotels in this complex, and you see them walking around. A sign that at least we can say that the fear has sort of died down for now. Let me now give you an update on the investigation. Police are looking at a person of interest whom they say they were able to track down based on the ORCR, or the original receipt and certificate of registration of the car that they believe was used by the attacker to get into the building. Southern Police District Chief Tomas Apolinario says this person of interest is in their custody, but not as a suspect, but merely as a person for now who might be able to shed more light, give more information on the matter. This person denies knowing the attacker, but Apolinario says there is a physical resemblance between this person and the attacker, and he says they may have shared the same residence, although there is no evidence to that he presented. Apolinario was tight-lipped about other details. We tried to ask him, do they have at least a name or an identity that they are pinning on this suspect or the attacker? They say he wouldn't say so. He wouldn't categorically affirm that. All he said was that they have their suspicions as to who the attacker was. They spoke with casino operators, and they said they didn't know this person. They didn't recognize him. So that would appear to not give credence to earlier reports that this was a disgruntled, frequent gamer in the casino. But in any case, what Apolinario was confident in saying was that all existing information at the moment seems to point to the incident as having been a robbery and not an act of terrorism. Let's listen to some more information that Apolinario shared with us earlier today.
First of all, di ba, ang activity ng terrorist is either bombing or yung active shooter. So this person just enters the building and shoots in the air, hindi yung sa tao. Diba? We can see that malaking motive dito is the robbery.
Apolinario added that the attacker was tall, he was fair-skinned on the heavy side, but he wouldn't confirm the nationality. There were reports that this person looked as though he were Caucasian, but he could have also been Filipino, according to Apolinario. The investigation's only beginning, Mitzi, so we can expect to, or at least we can hope to receive more information about this incident in the coming days. Back to you.
Definitely, JC, a deep investigation needed. So many questions. Now, we saw officials become very emotional as they gave their statement this afternoon. But of course, JC, there are also a lot of questions they need to answer, especially the supposed massive breach in security. What's their explanation?
Stephen Riley, the Chief Operating Officer of Resorts World Manila, spoke in defense of their security team. He said that the security personnel did give chase to the attacker and they did try to take him down. In fact, he said they were able to shoot this person on his thigh before he eventually holed up in a room and set himself on fire. Here is Riley giving us a picture of what took place.
Severe loss of blood from the gunshot wound significantly slowed down the assailant and resulted to his holding up in a room where he took his own life. On behalf of the victims, the families, and loved ones, we request everyone to refrain from spreading hurtful speculation and false information.
He added that the attacker was able to enter the mall premises from the second floor of the parking deck. And he opened fire, not at people, he shot at the air, as he said. But the reason why the security personnel were not able to respond right away was that the security personnel in the mall were not armed. It was the security personnel outside the mall who were armed, so it took them some time to go up to the second floor and run after the attacker. We spoke with Apolinario earlier this evening, and he's saying that we do not know yet at what point this mall is going to reopen. It's very quiet now. It's an empty shell of what it would have otherwise been on a Friday night. This is a party place. People come here to relax and wind, to kick off the weekend, but that's definitely not the picture tonight. Mitzi.
Truly heartbreaking. Thank you very much for that detailed report. JC Codinga reporting to us live from Pasay City. Travelers from Manila and the South Luzon Expressway can now expect a faster drive to the airport. That's because the NAIA Expressway is now open. Cian Arcangel has that story.
The NAIA Expressway is complete. That's good news for commuters driving from Manila and the South Luzon Expressway to the Ninoy Aquino International Airport. The drive used to take an hour, but with the expressway, this is cut to just 20 minutes. San Miguel Corporation President Ramon Ang and several cabinet members, Mark Villar, Arthur Tugade, and Benjamin Diokno, got to test travel time to NAIA when they opened ramps 1 and 17 of the NAIA Expressway. From the Skyway ramp in Buendia, it took Ang less than 10 minutes to reach the airport. The NAIA Expressway, which spans nearly 15 kilometers, connects NAIA Terminals 1, 2, and 3 to the Cavite Expressway, Skyway, and Entertainment City in Parañaque. Public Works Secretary Mark Villar says the expressway will ease traffic jams in Metro Manila since around 80,000 motorists are expected to pass through it every day. The new road is also linked to the South Luzon Expressway through the Sales Interchange, Manila-Cavite Toll Expressway, and Macapagal Boulevard.
Nakipag-coordinate na kami sa San Miguel to see how kung paano natin pwede ipa-expand yung highway para at least mas magkakaroon ng mas maraming options sa mga vehicular traffic dito. Kung galing ka sa Makati, pwede kang umakyat sa Skyway. At kanina nga wala pa atang 10 minuto nasa airport na tayo. So pag galing ka dito sa Pasay, siguro kung dati abot ka ng 30 minutos. Ngayon, baka 5 minutes na lang, nasa airport ka na.
While Ang says it will take San Miguel a long time to get back its multi-billion peso investment on the project, the company still wants to build more roads to make traveling easier for Filipinos.
Itong project na ito, tulad ng sinabi ko, hindi ito profitable. In fact, ang return of investment nga nito 20 years . Pero San Miguel is helping our country for nation building. Kaya gagawa pa kami ng maraming project na ganito para makatulong sa bayan.
For 1 month starting Friday, driving through ramps 1 and 17 is free. Cian Arcangel, CNN Philippines.
Tech news now. Style icon, designer, and socialite Tessa Prieto Valdez is the new face of Samsung. She's endorsing the newest smart television of the tech giant. Valdez tells our Isabela Montano what she loves about Samsung's QLED TV.
A quaint home, certainly the mirror of style icon Tessa Prieto Valdez's love for all that is colorful and unique. Prieto recently became the face for Samsung's QLED TV and opened the doors of her home to talk tech and design.
I so love the Samsung QLED TV, not more for its advanced technology, but more on the design aspect. As an interior designer, I try to incorporate technology, TVs and sound into the designing that I do. And I'm very colorful. As you can see, every element in this house is so colorful. With this unit, you just have one single wire. It's almost invisible to connect to all the devices. And so it's just wonderful that they have come to the point wherein design and technology have really been married together into one piece of artwork.
The QLED TV with its groundbreaking quantum dot technology uses light to bring out brighter colors so you can relive even your holiday videos with warmth and color depth unmatched. The QLED TV can express up to 1 billion colors. The average new generation TV only reaches about 16 million. But Samsung says the seamless design, invisible cable technology, and sleek options to display the screen are all the fruit of research aimed at minimizing clutter and optimizing design to achieve an object that, as much as possible, does not disrupt the interior of your home.
It doesn't stick out like a sore thumb, even if Tessa has the most beautiful furniture and all these things in her house. So you can see that the TV with the invisible connection, with the stands and accessories that we put in, with just how bezel-less and clean it is and the real metal finish, it really just blends into your house and works like a piece of art.
The QLED launched in the Philippines in late May and comes with the option to buy the flat screen or the curved screen version. The curved screen is the fruit of Harvard studies that show flat-screen TVs strain the eye. But quality and design don't come cheap. The prices range from 170,000 to 280,000 pesos. An extravagant price tag for many, but for those who can stretch their wallet, it is the right price to pay for state-of-the-art technology. Isabella Montano, CNN Philippines.
Find out what world-renowned chef and TV host Anthony Bourdain has to say about our local cuisine. This is CNN Philippines Newsroom. Stay with us. Good evening once again to all of you who have been joining us on Facebook Live. We are getting a lot of reaction on our top story tonight, which is, of course, the incident at Resorts World Manila. We've been telling you all about the situation that took place starting this morning, and of course tonight it's now more calm. There are candles outside the area. Mass has been offered for the victims, and this is still a developing story. We are awaiting much more information. There are many questions on this story. An investigation still is being conducted, but authorities are saying this is not linked to terrorism, although there was a breaking news earlier that saying that ISIS was claiming responsibility. Again, this is all information that still has to be verified. So please do stay tuned to CNN Philippines as we bring you more information as it becomes available. Now, we'd like to say hi to all of you who have been greeting us on Facebook. SP Garferio is watching from Kuwait, and Michael Genovs is watching from Haro, Iloilo. Wilma Banyaga says, pray for the Philippines, pray for Manila. We're also getting viewers from Antarctica, from Singapore, Hong Kong, everybody all over the world, I think from really different parts of the globe. Thank you for sharing your thoughts with us, for letting us know what you think. Of course, we don't have the time, unfortunately, to read all of your comments here, but please continue to send your comments. Even just click on the emojis to let us know what you think of the stories, and also let us know where you're watching from. We always love hearing from you. And please check out more stories on CNNPhilippines.com and our social media account at CNN Philippines. And stay with us until the end of the show.
And I think, the brightest, best hope for a representational, advanced team, I think Sisig is perfectly positioned to win the hearts and minds of the world as a whole.
And the reason for that is, what is it about Sisig that you're saying it's the number one? Is it the number one food, you think? Number one Filipino food?
Well, certainly not statistically, but I mean, I think it's the most likely to convince people abroad who have had no exposure to Filipino food to maybe look further and investigate further beyond sisig. I think that's the one that's going to hook them.
What was in Anthony Bourdain that seemed to love sisig?
Well, it's hot, sizzling, crispy, sticky, delicious bits of pork with many textures. Goes really, really well with beer. It's casual. It's accessible. It's exactly what you need after a few beers, and that's a perfect food.
And it's cheap.
That helps.
Aside from sisig, I know you said that a while ago also during your talk. What's the second food that you really love?
Look, I love lechon, of course, okay. but that's easy. Everybody loves lechon. I mean, anywhere in the world. Adobo, a good adobo, sinigang.
He loves his lechon. Catch Anthony Bourdain's full interview on The Source this Monday at 9 a.m. only here on CNN Philippines. And that's a newsroom for you this evening. I'm Mitzi Borromeo. Thank you for watching. Good night. Have a good weekend.